How to make friends with cool people, right? Now, I can't lie, I didn't know how to say that title without being cringe, without the air quotes, all right? But listen, I've made a lot of videos about social skills and charisma, right? And while those videos are great, they're also very general. And I'm not gonna lie to you, in this scenario where you're speaking to people of higher status, you need to play by completely different rules. Because when you follow the advice I've said in my other videos, where it's like you try to uplift other people and you talk about them and you validate them and make them feel important and seen, right? When you're speaking to someone who's already gets that a lot, you just end up looking like a fan, right? You'll end up just looking like a fan rather than a friend. And like, don't get me wrong, they'll still like you in that scenario. Like no one's gonna be against someone, appreciating them and noticing things about them, making them feel important. But the thing is, they might like you, but they won't respect you, which is a very big problem, because it's only when they like and respect you that your life changes, because they will go out of their way to help you, right? So my main point in the lesson that I want to teach you here is, rather than focusing the conversation around them and acknowledging them, instead focus the conversation on a common interest and really drill into that interest. This is what's going to get them to like and respect you, rather than a conversation where you go up to them and basically just start glazing them like everyone else. And just for an example of what I mean by this, let me tell you a story, right? So when I was in my first year of university, the first thing I did was join Salsa Society, right? And the reason why, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Salsa is cool and all, but I did it literally just to get Latinas, bro. I'm not gonna say I'm fucking lying to you, right? Now, with that being said, I still did enjoy salsa, but there was a really big problem. And the problem was that I was a shit dancer. Like, I was so bad, right? So if I was gonna get any girls, it was definitely not gonna be through my dancing skills, right? But something really funny happened, right? And I did it by complete accident. Like, I wasn't even trying to game anything, and I wasn't trying to do some like social manipulation either. But there was one instructor in the class, right? His name was Antonio, right? Really fucking cool guy, by the way, right? But this guy, he was the instructor. So naturally, he was high status within society. And what you'd see is just all the guys and girls used to just literally just glaze him, like him specifically, not the event like salsa, but him specifically, because he was a guy who was an international salsa dancer. He was jacked, good looking, and also he retired from hedge funds early just because he wanted to do salsa full time. Like, dude, that guy is fucking sick, right? Dude, I understand why people were glazing him. So when I went out to him and spoke to him, rather than being like everyone else and speaking by him, I instead literally just asked for his advice on how I can get as good as possible at salsa. And when he heard this, he first asked like, oh, like, I really recommend like even putting like the music on, like, salsa and bachata music in the shower, so that way you can kind of like develop rhythms, like it's kind of passive. But when you're doing chores, like washing dishes or hoovering, just slap it on. And I told him like, yeah, I've actually already been doing that, but like, I don't even have a playlist. Like, my playlist is so shit. I remember right after I said that, he was like, oh, dude, let me send you my whole playlist. Or like any questions you have, like, bro, here's my number, like, ask me anything, da-da-da-da. Like, literally, it was such a big change in tone the moment he found out that I was actually interested in the thing that he's interested in. And that alone was so important, because when you show gratitude and appreciation for when people help you, you actually make them want to help you more, right? And bro, you know what? It doesn't even just end there, because bro, the following session, this guy actually did me the favor of a lifetime, right? So you see, there was one girl in the class, I think she was like Colombian or something, right? And she was so bad. And Antonio, he knew that I already had a crush on her, like I liked her a little bit, right? And what he did was, in the following session, he paired us two together, right? And naturally, in a salsa class, everyone would rotate partners every 5 minutes. Dude, for the whole hour, he did not change us once, bro. He let me cook. And I remember I had the whole hour. And so across the whole hour, you best believe when I was dancing with her, I was flirting with her, right? And at the end of the session, I remember me and her were chilling. We decided to hang out after the session. We ended up going back to my place. And I will end the story there just in case there's any kids watching. But I just say this story to show that when you become friends with the high status people, right? And they go out of their way to help you, I'm fucking telling you, bro, you're gonna be cooking. You're literally gonna be eating so good. And you gotta bear in mind, this rule applies to beyond salsa. Literally every single social situation where you're speaking to someone of higher status within that situation, or within that class, within society, within whatever, right? Within your workplace even. when you're speaking to someone of higher status, all you have to do is find their common interest and show a genuine interest in that thing. And you know what? It's so, dude, like, believe me, right? If you're wondering,
oh, how to figure out their common interest?
Dude, it's so easy, right? Just use your common sense, use your brain. If you're talking to a guy in the gym, speak about the gym. If you're speaking to a guy in a Muay Thai class, speak about Muay Thai. If you're speaking to a girl in yoga, who's one of the most popular people in the yoga class, then speak about yoga. Like, this applies to pretty much everything, right? Our point is, in whatever situation you're in, there's always something. No matter where you are, it's always easy to decipher what someone's interested in, right? Even if you just speak to them about them a little bit. I think the best thing is that when you become friends with high status people just assume you're high status yourself. So just for example, that girl, who is the Colombian girl that I ended up going, we became friends, right? Let me not say that. So just for reference, with that Colombian girl from salsa class, right? We actually ended up dating for 2 years. And I remember she said the first time she actually noticed me was when I walked into class and Antonio, the instructor, stopped the class and literally just say, hey, Sada, what's up? Like, I haven't seen you so long. That alone, when he did that, she just thought in her head, who the hell is this guy? That the instructor is stopping his class mid-sentence just to say hi to me, right? But anyways, guys, that is it for me today. If you like the video, like the damn video. And if you want some more quality content about everything gym, social, and mindset related, then subscribe down below, and I'll see you next one. Peace.